Hey guys, good morning. This week, this week we're going to be dealing with percents. Okay, so we're going to be applying percents. Now, I'm going to show you how to solve all percent problems using a proportion. Okay, so maybe you'll find this easier rather than having to change your percent to a decimal and multiply and all that stuff. Or from going from a fraction to a percent, this is going to be a lot easier, okay, than having to go from a fraction to a decimal to a percent. So this percent proportion works for any questions that want you to find a percent or a question that has a percent number in there, okay? You can always use this percent proportion. So go ahead and press pause if you need to so you can copy it down. This right here is the percent symbol. It was towards the end of my page, sorry. So that's what that is, okay? So go ahead and press pause. And I do have more examples, just write down what you can see there, okay? And then press play, all right. Okay, so the percent proportion, okay? The setup is going to be pretty much your fraction and then the percent as a fraction as well. Okay, let me move this around so you can see me. There we go. So here's my first ratio. The first ratio is like a fraction. It's part to whole, okay? And I like to put is part of whole because some questions are going to be using the word is or of, and it's hard to determine what's the part, what's the whole amount, okay? So is part over the whole amount is on one side. Then over here is the ratio for the percent. Remember, percent means per 100. So my percent number, and that's going to be easy to find. It's going to be the number that has a percent symbol next to it, okay? That number goes here, and underneath it is 100, okay? The 100 is always going to be part of the percent proportion because, like I said, it is per 100, okay? So even if I don't have the percent number, the 100 is still going to be there, okay? And then whichever one of these three is missing, you'll cross multiply and divide to find the missing number. Okay, let me show you how that works. So the first question is, what number is 30% of 90? We're going to refer back to our percent proportion. Okay, now if you look here, I see a percent right there. That is the easiest number to find, 30%. Okay, and I know when I write the proportion, it's going to be, I'm going to put over here, is part over of whole. Okay, I'll extend this. I can write the numbers there. And that is equal to whatever percent over 100. So is part of whole percentage over 100. Now right away, I see a percent sign here, symbol. So that number goes above the 100 with that symbol, okay? So just like before when we're doing proportions, how you wrote your units down, now you're gonna write the actual setup is part of whole percent and 100, okay? Now you just fill it in. So I found my percent, now I gotta find my is and my of, okay? So let's go looking for the word is. I see it right here. And I don't see a number in front of it or behind. I mean, that's the percentage, so I can't even think about that. That's gone, okay? So what number is? That means we don't have the number that represents the part, okay? Because if you look over here, here is my word of, and the number next to of is 90. So that of, here's the of, that one is 90. And my is, the part, we don't know it yet, okay? So is blank, 30% goes over 100, of 90 goes over here in the whole of, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and solve it the way we have been. Now, if you wanna simplify your fractions or do the shortcut, that's fine. You can definitely simplify 30 and 100 if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and cross multiply, so 30 times 90. So I'm gonna do the math over here. 90 times 30, and there's my 0. I'm going to add the 0 here and then start with 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay? And just like last week, we take the 2,700 and divide it by the number that's by himself. So it's going to be 100. Okay? And remember the shortcut when dividing by 100? If the number inside has some zeros, we can take them out, but they have to be the same amount. So I could take off a 0 here and 1 0 there. Take off one more 0 here, take off one more 0 there. So what you're really dividing is 1 into 27, and that's a lot easier, isn't it? Because look, it's just 27, okay? So what number is 30% of 40? It is 27, okay? So the main thing here is you need to write the setup and then find the numbers and put them in the correct spot, okay? And then once you do that, you cross multiply and then divide by the number that's stuck with the variable. Let's try another one. Okay. Go ahead and write this down if you haven't. Question 2, 40% of what number is 32? That's supposed to be a question mark. Question mark. There we go. 40% of what number is 32? Okay. Got it? All right. Now, since I see a percent sign here, this right here tells me I can use a percent proportion. Okay. So I'm going to write my percent proportion. It's going to be is part. Okay. And extend that out for my number. Underneath it is going to be of whole. Okay. And then this is equal to my percent and 100. Okay, is part of whole, percent over 100. Now let's go on searching. Let's search for those numbers, okay? So easiest number to find is that percentage. I see a number with the percent symbol. That tells me it belongs here. I can't use it again. He's in his spot, okay? So that 40 is gone, all right? Next, I see the word is. So look for the word is. Here it is. And look what's next to it. Is 32. So they belong together. So my is 32. Which means, guess which number is missing? Of. Because look what is next to the word of. What number? Remember whenever they say what number, that's the unknown. We don't know what that is. That is your variable right there. Okay, I put the letter X, but you can put whatever variable you want. Okay, now we go ahead and solve it. We solve it like we've been solving them from day one of proportions. We're going to cross multiply the two numbers we can. So 32 times 100. Do you know the shortcut here? When you multiply any number times 100, you put the number, because pretty much you're doing 32 times 1 is 32, and then add the 2 zeros at the end. That's the shortcut, okay? And we're going to divide this by the number stuck with a variable, which is the 40. Okay, now if you want to take out the 0, go ahead and take it out. I can take out 1 0 from the outside and 1 0 from the inside, but that's it. Okay, I can't take that 0 away because I don't have another one over here. Okay, now we go ahead and divide. So what we're dividing is 4 into 320. So 4 goes into 3, 0 times. 4 goes into 32, 8 times. Now don't forget that 0, that is part of the whole number, so 4 goes into 0, 0 times. So 40% of 80 is 32, okay? Very good. Now if you want to check if it's correct, you can always put 80 in place of X and then cross multiply. And if 80 times 40 is the same as 32 times 100, you got it right, okay? All right, so go ahead and copy number 3 if you haven't done already, okay? I'll read it while you write it. Number 3 is 15 is what percent of 60? 15 is what percent of 60? Now, on this one, I do not see a number that has a percentage at all, okay? But what tells me that a percent proportion can work here? The word percent, okay? The word percent means my answer is going to be a percent, which means I can actually use a percent proportion, okay? So because of that word percent, they want my answer as a percentage. I'm going to go ahead and put my setup, okay? Write my setup. It's going to be just like before, is part, and then underneath it is of whole, okay? And since they want a percent, that's going to be my percent over 100. So just like I was telling you at the beginning, they want a percent. I do not see a number with the percent symbol. The 100 is still there, okay? Because it's per 100, all right? Now, let's go searching. Is. I see the word is here. Ooh, and I see the number 15 before it, okay? Now, I know this 15 does not belong to of. I don't see the word of next to it. I know it does not belong with a percent because I do not see a percent sign next to it. So the only word I see next to 15 is the word is, so that's where it's going to go. Right there, okay? Now we keep going. I see another number. Look what word is next to that number. Of. Again, I do not see the word is. We're good. I do not see a percent symbol after the 60, so it cannot be a percent. The only other word next to it is the of. So that's my 60, which means the missing number here is a percent. So that's going to be your X right there. Okay, the 100 is still there. Okay, it's still there because percent is per 100. Now, we solve it the same way, okay? If you want to simplify 15 over 60, go ahead, simplify 15 over 60. It'll make you have smaller numbers, okay? But if you're fine multiplying this way, then go ahead. 15 times 100. Remember the shortcut from before. It's really 15 times 1, and then add the 2 zeros, okay? And we're going to divide that by the number that's by itself, which is a 60. Okay, if you want to do the shortcut, like we did up here, okay, I see a 0 on the outside and I see 2 zeros on the inside. I can take 1 0 from outside and 1 from inside. That's it, okay? So what we are really dividing is 6 divided into 150, okay? Now let's go ahead and divide it out. So 6 goes into 1 0, 6 goes into 15 2 times, that's 12. Bring down that 0 because it is part of the whole number, and 6 into 30 goes 5 times, okay? So 6 into 150 goes 25 times, so 15 is 25. Remember, our answer has to be a percent, so all I got to do is add the percent sign there. So 15 is 25% of 60, okay? Now, when they ask you for a percent, you put that percent symbol there, okay? Now, if you remember back when the test 2, when I had you go from fraction to a percent, look, remember how you would have to divide 15 by 60, get the decimal, move it 2 places to the right? Here, you multiply 15 times 100, divided by 60, and you're done. Okay, so you can pick and choose which one you like better. I like the proportions, it goes by faster, and it makes me not make the mistake of forgetting to move that decimal, okay? So if you ever have to go from a fraction to a percent, this is how you can do it. Write your fraction down here, okay? Remember, fractions are part to whole. Multiply your part times 100, divided by the whole amount, and that'll give you the percentage without even having to think about the decimal, okay? Now, the last one here, go ahead and write it down. It says 500%. Yes, we can have percents more than 100, okay? 500% of 4 is what number? 500% of 4 is what number? Okay. Now, what's the key word here that tells me I can use a percent proportion? percent sign. Okay, so now I see a percent sign, which tells me I can use a percent proportion. So I'm going to write it out. Is part of whole equals percent over 100. And that's because I see a number in there with a percentage. I can use a percent proportion. Okay, so now let's go searching. Now the first number here is 500%. Since it's a percent and the symbol's right there, I'm going to put it where the symbol for the percent is over my proportion. So the 500 belongs over the 100. Okay, he's done. I cannot use them anymore. Let's keep reading. Of 4. Ooh, it doesn't say of what number. It says of 4, which means that 4 belongs with the of. So here's my of. That's where my 4 belongs. Okay, keep on going. And it says is what number? That means our is the unknown. That is our variable. Okay, so just take it word for word and you'll get it. Now we cross multiply and divide like we've been doing. So 4 times 500. Now this is just like you're multiplying by 100. What you're really doing is doing 4 times 5 is 20. And then you're going to add in 1, 2 zeros. So 500 times 4 is really 2,000. Okay. And then we're going to divide that by the number left, which is 100. Oh, this is going to be fun. Look. So now what we can do is take out 1 0 from the outside, 1 from the inside, 1 from the outside, 1 from the inside. So what are we really dividing? 1 divided into 20. Oh, that's an easy one, right? Because anything divided by 1 gives you the exact same number. See? So 500% of 4 is actually 20. Now, I didn't put a percent sign there because I'm not looking for the percent. I already have the percent, okay? The only time we put the percent symbol is when they're asking you for a percent, okay? So here it's just 20, all right? So make sure in your Google form, if you have a percent, if they want a percent, put the percent sign next to it, no space bars, okay? All right, so make sure you write your setups. Make sure you write is part and of whole and the percent over 100 today. That'll help you identify where the numbers belong, okay? So I'm going to give you your tried outs. And that way you can copy them down, practice, and then press play to see if you are on the right track, okay? Let's go ahead and copy those down, press pause, and then press play when you're ready to see me do it for you. All right, let's see. I see a percentage, so we should have wrote is part, and then of whole, and then percent over 100. See, I like to color code everything, so I always use different colors. Okay, so let's see. 20 is, ooh, I see a setup word. So 20 belongs to the is. Then it says 50%. Oh, that one's the easy one because it's a percent symbol. He belongs right here, 50%. Awesome. Which means of what number? That is my unknown. So let's see. Let's see how your multiplication went. 20 times 100. So that's like 20 times 1 is 20. Add the 2 zeros. Divided by the number left, which was 50. Let's see, take out a 0, take out a 0. So 5 into 200. 5 into 20 is 4. And so 20 is 50% of 40. Did y'all get 40? Yay, if you did. Okay, if you didn't, double check where your numbers are at, okay? Make sure your setup is written down. It'll make your life so much easier, I promise, guys, okay? All right, let's do this one. 30% of what number is 63? Let's see how you did on this one. I'm going to set mine up. is part of whole equals percent and 100. Okay, so right off the bat, I see that 30 percentage, so that belongs next to the percent. Then I see the word of, but it says what number, which means we don't know what number belongs to of. And then it says is 63, is 63. Okay, now we're going to cross multiply. 63 times 100 is like saying 63 times 1, and add the 2 zeros. Divided by the number left, which is 30. Take out a 0, take out a 0. So I'm really doing 30 divided into 630. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 goes into 3 1 time. Don't forget that 0, it is part of the whole number, and 3 goes into 0 0 times. So 30% of 210 is 63. Think y'all get 210? Hopefully y'all did. Yay if you did. If not, come to the Google Meet, okay? And we can do some questions on the assignment today to help you out, okay? All right, guys, you'll have a great day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.